Terry Yarn Podcast. This is episode 4. I'm Heather.
I'm Terry.
And you can find me on Ravelry at Notorious-1 or Instagram at Notorious1 with the number 1. I'm Terry.
And you can find me at Talola Knits, that's T-E-L-O Knits on Instagram and Ravelry.
Great. So what are we going to jump into first?
Well, I guess we could talk about like how we're late to podcasting because life happened with the coronavirus.
Yeah.
The bad thing.
Right. Except we haven't been affected personally.
No, we haven't not affected personally. We just have school closures and work closures and things of that nature.
Stuff that most everybody's dealing with.
Yeah.
Not the actual virus, but we're taking precautions like everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I am still at work. My husband,
at the yarn shop,
right?
Mm-hmm.
And my husband is home from school for now, but things keep changing, so that's why we've had a bit of a choppy schedule. And my little guy is out of school for who knows how long. Don't know.
Right. Didn't he the other day say he had coronavirus and then he got over it?
Yeah, he told my mom. My mom picked him up from school and she's like, "Grandma, I had the coronavirus, but I survived. And now it's gone."
That's so cute.
I know. And I was like, well, okay.
You're old.
That's good to know.
News to me.
Now you're immune to it. So.
Anyway. Oh, stop touching your face.
I touch my face all the time.
I think it's like it's a human thing. Like I read somewhere, I don't know, you know how statistics are. They say it's like 20 times a day or 20 times an hour, whatever it is that you touch your face and you're like, oh, I'm screwed.
Right. I touch my face all the time.
Yeah, I do too.
I can't. It's hard not to. You don't think about it. It's subconscious.
Exactly.
But what do you have in your hand?
Oh yeah, I've got my little, my friend Leanne gave me this to me. It's my little, it's from our hospital. She got it for free and I told her she should sell these online.
I'd be super ethical.
I know.
Oh, that's funny.
But then you have a special one. Let's see that one.
I have a knitter one.
Yeah, she's got.
Can you read that? It says plucky.
Yeah, I don't know if they can see it, but it says plucky knitter on it.
I call it my pluckatizer.
Pluckatizer. Mm-hmm. You got that at Stitches.
Yes, got it at Stitches, and somebody at Stitches who bought yarn for there.
Oh yeah.
Was like, "I'm not real big on hand sanitizer," and I was like, "That's okay, I'll take it." And that was before.
Yeah, that was before everything was happening.
Right. I like sanitizer anyway.
Yeah, but you're a clean person, cleaner, wiper anyway. Okay. Like before all this, you were very.
I'm not a germaphobe, but I like.
No, you're not a germaphobe, but
I'm cautious.
Mm-hmm. Well, you kind of have to because you work with the public. So.
And if there's anything in a 10-mile radius of a cold or flu, I will get it. So.
Ugh, that sucks.
That's just how I am. You never get sick.
I never get sick.
That's so good.
Which is good, but when I do, it's like I'm dead for 2 days or 3 days or whatever it is. So
we just want to say to the knitters out there and everyone held up at home that we're thinking of you.
Yeah.
And it's a hard time.
And it kind of feels like it's the end of the world, but it's not. You know, it feels just different. Like I was talking to my mom, and she says like nothing like this has ever happened in her lifetime, and she's 65. Like, so nothing like this has ever happened. So it's kind of crazy,
kind of scary if you think of it like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But she said the only thing similar was 9/11.
Right.
It's like, yeah, because you remember that. Like that was.
But that
was only for like a day, because remember when it happened, everything stopped for like a day. 9/11.
Yeah, but the repercussions were
huge. But.
Yes, and as far as this is worldwide, so that's even scary. Yeah. So
we're gonna try and be happy with our hobby, our art, and hang out with you guys, and
hopefully you'll knit along with us.
Yes.
And we can provide some distraction
Exactly. So fast forward through all this if you don't want to hear it. Okay.
So I think we need to. We're a little behind because everything going on, but
Right.
we need to wrap up stitches.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think on my Instagram you could see like what I bought, but I'm not going to go through that here because I think that's a little like whatever. You want to see my stash? Go look on my Instagram. Okay. But I'll show you my favorite thing that I got. Speaking of Plucky, I got some Plucky. What is this? This is Spiffy Lace. It's 765 yards. It's cashmere and silk.
Oh my goodness.
They were having, it was, you know how, I don't know if you guys noticed, but sometimes on their booths, they'll have like 20% off on different things on each day, and this was 20% off. So I got 2 of these, and I kind of know what I'm going to do with it, but I don't. But it's really soft. It's very much like mohair, but it's not mohair, and I know that some people have mohair itchy, scratchy things going on with them, but this is cashmere.
So what's the total makeup?
63.37. So 63 cashmere, 37 lace. Yeah, that's a lot of cashmere.
A lot of cashmere. It feels like a lot of cashmere.
I'm not kidding. Like that is like a nice, beautiful skein, and I had to get it.
Yes. So you got 2 of these.
I got 2
for
of
probably
those.
a sweater.
Probably a sweater because
I'm in love with this stuff. Like this.
1,500 yards.
I need to have some of this in my future.
That was like one of those things where I broke the budget for.
And they only had like 3 left in this colorway.
That's called Dance Teal Dawn.
What a cute name.
I know, isn't it?
I know.
But it's my colors because it's got like the purple and the teal and turquoise. So it's nice. That's my
wish you guys could touch it. Touch it. Or smell it.
Smell it.
Lip gloss and mohair
are a bad thing. Yeah.
And cashmere do not go together. It's like
I know. And you're trying not to touch your face.
Yeah, mohair's worse. Though.
And I just touched my face.
Yes.
But anyway, so this was my favorite thing. What's
your favorite? That's my one I'm jealous of yours.
Right now. I'm jealous of yours. Let's see yours.
You should be jealous of mine.
Yours is really nice.
Okay, so this is the only thing I got at Stitches. And you guys have probably seen it on Instagram, possibly. But it's Ritual Dyes. And guess what I'm making?
Yay! The Calamite Cowl.
I'm copying my partner here. And these 2 colors. And we'll have show notes. I don't remember the names of the colors. Do you remember the name of the mohair?
Chromite.
Chromite's the color, right?
Yeah.
And that's, look at that. I've never seen gold at the base of mohair before. That's one of the reasons I got it. It's awesome.
It is beautiful.
And then this color, she helped me pick it out.
The Ritual Dyes lady.
I know. We'll have to put her name down. But I was like, they had it on a table with black, and I was like, no. I want something that's, I like to pick my mohair out with the base is the color that I bring in. And when I do that, it like seamlessly hides and it becomes a whole new fabric. I mean, it does anyway, but for me, when I take the base of the mohair and match it with whatever I'm carrying it with, it becomes something incredible where you can't see where the mohair and the fingering or whatever begins or ends. I love that. And I got the beads on there, the Mayuka beads.
Yeah.
You can see they are incredible.
Yeah, you were telling me because they're very uniform. The hole is a uniform size, so it makes it easy to put on, right?
Yeah, they're excellent. I will try to never use any other beads again because I have not double negative have not been able to use one of the beads I picked up.
Right.
And when I buy beads at, I mean, there's only one place to get beads in town here. When I buy beads, and it's like not a big box store, but kind of. We don't have big box stores here in Santa Cruz. But they, can't use that bead. Oh, not that one. Not wide enough. So you get a bunch of
unusable things. Yeah.
Right.
And it's frustrating when you're trying to like pick through it with your little
And these were no more expensive.
teeny tiny hook.
Right. They were no more expensive than the other beads.
That you would get like a big box.
And they're size 6, is that right? Or 8?
Size 6.
Size 6 for this project. And yes, I cannot wait. So I'm more than halfway done.
It is beautiful. I'm jealous of that.
Rar. I'll be wearing it next week.
Colors. I love that it like,
Totally
it's kind of hard to see, but it's like dark, but then there's flashes of golden in here. Like when you look at it, it's like, it doesn't overwhelm it and it just melts together and it's just so beautiful.
So I have never gone to Stitches and cast on my project at Stitches.
You were winding yarn like right away as soon as you bought it. You were like hand winding it. That's why the balls look like that.
Yeah, that's why they're like that, because I was like in class.
Yeah.
I'm like winding yarn when I was in class. Yeah. When I was taking this beginning sequence knitting class, which was a really good class. I really enjoyed it. So I was like winding while she was talking about all her great samples and everything. Yep. And my Alter to Fit class was really good.
Oh, yes.
It was like, you know, your favorite thing to do when you go to a class. Like, I cannot wait to pull that measuring tape out and measure every bit of somebody else's body, and they get to do yours.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes, so fun. So that's how the class started, and I was like, yes, but it's important.
It is important for fit. It is. I agree.
Right. So
but
basically it was math and like, measure this.
But so you have your measurements now, so that's good.
Yes. They're all in detail.
In detail.
Yeah, we measured all kinds of stuff.
Like your bust size and your arm size and your hips and waist.
Your neck, nape your neck down to your
to your butt.
All kinds of stuff. And like every measurement you could get from here to basically your lower hips. Yeah.
Almost to your thighs.
They're really good teachers. I really enjoyed the class. And there's math, but there's a formula, right? So math is not my thing.
Either. More about art.
Right. But it was really good. So I feel like
you upped your skill set.
Right. More tools in my box.
Yes.
So that was fun.
Yay.
So I was really happy with my classes.
No, I'm a little jealous, but
that's okay.
That's okay. I'll just get it all from you.
I can't do that.
I know, that's true. But you'll just sit there and you'll help me. So there you go.
I will always help you.
Okay.
So
next on the schedule of this is our sock episode, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to talk a little about socks, and I think the most exciting thing for me right now is that you are cranking socks with our friend Cindy.
Yeah.
On Cindy's sock machine. Yay. And so let's talk about your experience doing that.
Okay. So I've wanted a sock machine for a long time. They're expensive, so I haven't gotten one. They're super well made. It's a Erlbacher Gerhardt machine.
Okay.
And he reproduced from the machine back in, I don't know, late 1800s or early 1900s. I'm not super educated on that part yet, but I would like to actually know more about like the history of it.
Right.
So took a class from a lady in Crockett, California, and she teaches there, and it was a good class. It was 3.5 hours. It was a lot. I think everybody was getting hangry at the end. And there was 3 of us total, and I learned how to crank a tube, right? So that was just on like waist yarn, like acrylic waist yarn that I think comes with the machine.
So it wasn't like anything good. So you didn't keep that part.
I did keep, actually,
Oh,
I
you
did
did?
keep that part, but anyways, I had to move on to something I like. Right. So this
Bright and
is,
sunny.
I know, huh? This is fishnet yarn, and I'll put a link on my Instagram to that.
Mhm.
But I didn't know how this was gonna stripe like this. I love it.
I love it too.
I so love it. So it's almost a sock, not quite yet. But what I did was I cranked a whole tube, right?
Mhm.
A big long tube. And then I separated them. So I found the spot that I liked was where the yellow was. The top. And then it's cute the way she does it. See how the pink and the mandarin or orange color is even. The yellows are even. And the blacks are even, but
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
else is. Those two colors aren't. That was fun. So I picked there to put the toes on. So I hand knit the toes. And then obviously I hand knit
The cuffs.
I just finished those. And then I will come in and cut the heel in with the afterthought heel.
Mhm.
So my biggest thing with that is I need to get savvy for my own foot
Mhm.
where that is. So I have a negative ease. So socks should always be 1 inch negative ease when you go to put them on because they need to stretch. Else they're going to turn into like flippy floppies.
Right.
After you wear them a couple times. So I'm pretty much hooked on cranking them.
Yeah.
And
I'm jealous.
It's so fun. I learned how to make a heel on my own from a YouTube video. And the lady who does it, if you go on YouTube and you put Gertie and me in, she calls her sock machine Gertie. It's Getie, I believe.
Okay.
And
we'll link it.
She gives a really nice tutorial for a wrapped heel. And so this is my first wrapped heel. The only successful one I did. The other one I dropped stitches and I had to start it over. So this is what I have of this. I'll put it on a sock blocker. Okay. This is one kind of sock blocker. These are to dry your socks on if you guys don't know. So you would like block your socks or wash your socks and you put them on here to dry them.
Mm-hmm.
You hang them up and the idea is the air flows through here. But here's my heel, which turned out really good and it fits really good. And this yarn right now is unknown. I will find the tag for it because I gave my friend a skein of it and I know she hasn't wound it yet. She has the tag. So we have like kind of a sister skein of it. Right here looks really clean. There's no holes. This is a wrapped heel. So you actually take it and you wrap it
around the needle.
With like manually.
Right. And you have a video of you doing that on your Instagram.
I do.
It's a short one, so it's
fumbly, but it's
there. It's not really like how to do it. It's just showing you.
Right. It's not a tutorial of how to do it. So I did notice, I was like, did I get that one or not get that one? Did I go too far or what? But I knew I had messed it up when it was on the machine. I was pretty sure, but there's one little hole. Can you even see it? It's right there.
Think so. I can't really see
I can see
that.
my finger. Can't see it, but there's one teeny tiny hole that no one would ever.
And if you wanted to, you could go in and like
I might
close that up.
Yeah, I might darn it up.
Before you start wearing it.
Totally. Just to make it stronger.
Right.
So then I hand knit again. I hand knit the top, and then I'm gonna knit the toes. This is the scrap yarn, the orange. I'm gonna knit the toes manually. And
now, can you do toes on the machine?
You can. I don't know how yet.
Okay.
But yeah, you can. And then at least one way, the only way I know about is you do the toe, and it supposedly is very similar to the heel.
Okay.
And you graft it just like you would if you were doing cuff down socks anyway. And it's interesting because I was like, oh, that's where, okay, you know when you buy a sock and there's that line on the top of your toes.
Oh yeah, right. The
Okay.
seam kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, the seam. Well, that's the Kitchener stitch.
Oh.
Grafted. Like, why? I never thought of that before at all.
I didn't think about that either until you said that.
That's totally what it is, because that's how you graft your
toe closed.
toe closed.
Yeah.
But as a hand knitter,
right,
I wouldn't think of that, because our toes are like always at the toe. Like, here's your toes, right?
Right.
They're always right here. But when you buy socks, they're
the
here.
seam is
right.
top, yeah.
So when you do a toe on the machine, it's on top. Too.
Instead of
at
the tip. Like,
I'm not by
okay.
any means I'm total beginner.
Okay.
But I can't say that it's not ever right there like we do.
Under your toes,
But I know that I think the norm is right here.
Okay.
So that I was like totally like, whoa. That was a funny moment to realize that. But that's what I have so far for my.
Oh, how fun! You know.
I know, it's super fun, and I'm hooked because I have second sock syndrome, really bad, really really bad. Here's my guys. Without the heel cut in yet, but
yeah,
how fun is that?
I love that color. Like
oh my gosh,
the striping on that is so fun.
I love it. I can't wait to wear them.
I like how long the leg is, because I prefer kind of a little bit longer legs, but then I get annoyed with it, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna end the leg now.
Oh, you get annoyed knitting it?
Knitting it, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of decided that I really like 1.5 inches.
Oh, cuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a
it's pretty
2-inch cuff?
No, it's pretty close to 1.5 inches, I think.
Okay.
This one's closer, possibly an inch. I like a little longer, 1.5 inches, I think it'd be good, or 2 inches. I get impatient, obviously, because I can't knit a second sock to save my life. Issues, but super fun, and I'm excited to do it.
Yay!
And I can't wait to get my own machine someday.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna be great. So do you want to talk? And I'll go back and talk about a different sock.
Okay.
But go ahead. I want you to tell me about your sock adventure.
So, I just recently bought what everybody else is buying. I bought it here at the shop. 52 Weeks of Socks by Lane Magazine. Yay.
It's a nice book.
It's such a nice book.
It's like canvas.
It's canvas, and it's
like made well is what it means.
It's very made well, and the photography in it is beautiful. So it's really nicely bound and everything. It's got a bookmark. But like, let me show you how beautiful.
Does it smell good?
It smells good. I love the way the books smell too. I'm like a book nerd,
book sniffer. Yes.
So I sniff books. I sniff yarn too. So there's no difference.
Not really.
So these are beautiful. But so I'm gonna do like a short review of this because I've had time with it. But right now I'm doing this sock, which is the Dear of Yarn sock. And oh, sorry, thank you.
Just show the picture of the sock. It's hard to see detail of it, but you have.
So I'm doing that. It's right here.
Part of your real sock.
I have part of the real sock.
Oh wow.
Now, I love this. Well, I love this yarn too, but I love. I'm doing a challenge for me because I normally knit 2 at a time socks with the Fish Lips Kiss heel, which is a short row heel. This is going to be a heel flap and turn heel.
Okay.
And I normally don't do those.
Because
I don't like them. But this
you don't
is my
like
challenge.
knitting them, or you don't like the way they fit?
I don't like knitting them.
Okay.
So, anyway, so I'm doing that, and so I figured that I should write a little review of the book since I've started it. And
beautiful. What yarn is that?
Oh, yes. This is Madeline Tosh. I think Twist Light. And it's like nylon, and I've had this, it was like Deep Stash. I've had it for a couple years now. But
color.
I thought it went well with the
patterning.
Okay, so about
book
this
review.
Book review. So there's a bunch of big time designers in this. There's Andrea Mowry has a sock in here. My phone went off. Sorry. Caitlin Hunter, Joji Locatelli, Isabel Kramer, and Helen Stewart. Like, those are the biggest names that are in here. Biggest names to me. I don't know. There might be big names. But there's other knitters in here, or designers in here that aren't as big. But it's still, you know, I think it's worth it to have these. Anyway, these do feature toe up and cuff down designs.
Nice.
So you can do both. Like, this is a toe up design. This is by Andrea Mowry. The only thing I would say, you have it. I can't see. If it's
I'm hiding the instructions.
Right. So those, the only things I would say about those is that they have bobbles.
Okay.
All the way down the front of your foot.
Right.
So I don't think I would do that. I would I would nix the bobbles and then do it on the.
Right. Like, how comfortable would bobbles be? I don't know.
Be on the top of your foot?
I don't know, but you could. I mean, they're beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You could just omit the bobbles on the top of the foot and do them on your anklet.
Right, and up. Or you can leave the bobbles and then your kinkle.
Whatever you have, it's okay.
Yes,
they're custom fit.
Yes. So, or you could leave them and then just not wear shoes with them. You know, wear them around your house. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, they have a list of abbreviations and stuff in the front. Like how to do certain things.
So
like
techniques in front?
No, there's no techniques. It's just abbreviations that they use.
Okay.
I would say that this is not a book for beginner sock knitters.
Right.
They do not tell you how to measure your foot. They don't tell you how to do anything like that. And they do say that they have video links on their website.
Nice.
They do. And they're linking to a bunch of different people's. So they tell you how to do the Jenny Stretchy bind off, how to do Kitchener stitch, how to do all those things, but it's not included in the book.
Okay, so this is not for the beginner.
It's not for the beginner.
But it's something to work up to.
You can work up to it. And I know that like our friend Cindy was saying that she's not really a sock knitter, but she's going to buy it anyway because it's beautiful. I mean, like super pretty socks and beautiful really photography.
Cool. Yeah, it could be a nice, I mean, totally useful book, but also it'd be nice just to have in your knitting table or your coffee table for inspiration.
Right. Like that's the Caitlin Hunter sock.
I mean, it's not I'm not going to like play it down as a coffee table book.
Well, it's a knitter's coffee table book.
Yes, but I mean, anybody would pick it up and be like, that's beautiful. Like, it's something to aspire to if you are beginner sock knitter.
And they do have very easy socks in here. Like if you're you've knit one sock, you could probably do the easy sock that's in here. Only because they don't tell you how. I can't even find it right now. I should have marked it. But they don't tell you how to do it. But there are resources that they link to on their website, which is frustrating a little bit because you want to have it right with you a little bit. But that's not the purpose of this book.
Right. They can't fit everything.
They can't fit everything.
It would be twice as big.
But this is a designer. Her name is Charlotte Stone. And she does Stone Knits, and I've seen her on Instagram a lot. She does a lot of colorwork socks, and these are super pretty.
I feel like it's definitely advanced, intermediate advanced.
Intermediate advanced, yeah. Knitter. But then there's pretty.
Show them my favorite sock.
Which one? Oh yes.
I don't know the name of it, but it's the one that stood out to me the most.
Yes. I don't know where that is in here though. Oh wait, here is the really easy sock.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, sorry, I almost hit you with it.
It's okay. I can take
terrible.
It. She beats me.
But this is the easy sock. It's called Lazy Daisy, and it's just what sock knitters call vanilla socks, which means that it's really just a plain sock with no stitches, special stitches, or anything like that. It's just a plain vanilla sock all the way up.
It's really cute.
But I'm trying to find your sock in here. I know which one you're talking about,
too.
Yeah,
I know you do.
That I really...
So while you look for that.
Yes. So anyway, definitely recommend it. If you're a sock knitter, I highly recommend it. It's so beautiful.
Have you already picked out your second sock pattern?
Yeah, I have, actually.
I figured.
It is... Which one is it?
Okay, while she's looking for that,
you do look.
do you want me to talk about this?
Yes, you can talk
Okay,
about that.
I will talk about this. And I gotta remember the name, and it's on the tag.
Yay.
So this is a sock I knit a while back. And it's Joji Locatelli's pattern. And I knit it like when she first came out with it, whenever that was. A couple years ago, probably.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the 2-Color Socks. Super inventive name. I knit it in the Dye Project yarn and their Montero sock. So Sarah, she's a hand dyer local to us in Santa Cruz, and we carry her yarn at the shop and have for quite a few years. But this is not the colorway, but I will just show you her label. So I really love this sock base. It's 80% Coradel and 20% nylon,
Mm-hmm.
and 435 yards. Do not remember the names of these colors, but it's brown, definitely brown. It might be called mushroom, and then this really pretty blue. You can see the details on there. So here's the point of my story for this. I knit one of these.
Just one.
I only have one of these. I've never worn it. It's still at the shop.
As a
hanging
display,
up. Yeah, that's why I'm cranking socks. I do have hopes of knitting the pair because these are so gorgeous. Like,
they are.
the yarn is gorgeous and the pattern is just great. Like, how fun is that? Like, you have stripes and then you have lace and then you have a little bit nubs of texture. So it's super fun to knit.
Was that top down or cuff? Or
Top down.
Top up.
Cuff.
Toe up.
Down.
Toe up, cuff down.
Cuff down.
Cuff down.
And toe up.
Yes.
It was this way.
I like the lace. Can I see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. The lace, and then it's got like texture right there. So this is the 2-Color Sock by Joji Locatelli.
It's fun
Pretty,
because you get to change. You can do a lot of different things and change it
Right,
up.
so you don't get bored.
Right.
Yeah. This is nice, but this is a Cardell.
Mm-hmm.
I've never
It's a
knit
different
with
kind
that.
of sheep. Yeah. It's
It's a little woolly.
more rustic,
Yeah, a little woolly.
but definitely soft, like very soft, like skin next to your skin soft.
Mm-hmm.
So here's my sad one sock of like, how many years has that pattern been out? Maybe 2 years?
Yeah. Second sock syndrome is real, people.
Yeah, it's a real thing. I'm not making this up.
Yeah. Like, I'm kind of worried about this because
Don't feel worried.
I know about the second sock syndrome.
Oh, let's talk about.
I taught myself. Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
Let's show you.
So I taught myself to do 2 at a time because it was a real thing.
Right.
Like, I would not, if I knit one sock, I would not knit the other one.
So that's discipline.
So
to do 2 at a time.
it is. Well, it's not too hard to do.
But I mean, it's a whole nother way of knitting. So that's a good discipline that you're like, okay, I know that I tend to do one sock, so I'm going to do 2 at a time.
Right.
Okay.
So also, so this is my 2-year sock. And the reason why I call it my 2-year sock is because it took me that long to do. Because I was doing it one at a sock at a time.
Oh, this is a one sock.
And yes. And so I've had this, I don't know, I think it was on our first
podcast
that I showed this.
They're so cute.
And I totally did not finish it, even though she gave me the challenge to finish it that night because it was like 2 or 3.
She had like, what, 3 rows
3
left?
rows left. And I didn't do it. I was just like, no. And it took me until just recently. I was just like, okay, I told myself if I was going to cast on for this, a sock for this, that I had to finish these. So that's the
right.
That's the only thing
proud
that got
of
me
you.
to do it.
And I love them, and they would look so cute on your feet.
So these are Shaymaker Regia socks, and this is like the Arnie and Carlos color, one of their colorways.
I love them. Love Arnie and Carlos.
Arnie and Carlos are awesome.
Love their sock yarn too.
And this is really like a rustic sock yarn. It's woolly.
It's woolly, but it's still soft.
I hear that these last a long time.
Really?
Like they don't wear out because they're kind of
And you guys, these are economical too.
Right. They're not.
Like we said, we would talk about yarn that's economical as well.
Mm-hmm.
Their yarn is not going to break the bank.
Right.
It's not hand dyed. It's manufactured. So the price point is lower.
Right. And there is. Do you guys have Arnie and Carlos here at the shop?
We do. We have some.
Okay.
We have the Parfect.
Oh yes, those are awesome.
Am I saying that right? The Parfect match of Arnie and Carlos, which is such a cool concept.
Yes, here.
She's gonna grab that.
And there's a couple. I just grabbed 2 balls of it. But.
So, yes. Look at that. Is that not fun?
So this yellow little part is your starting yarn, so you can match up your socks. So, and then they turn into that.
The picture.
So you can match up your socks and make sure that they are pair perfect.
So when you are knitting one sock at a time, you start, it tells you, there's even a little video that shows you how to cast on so you don't get the yellow in your sock, because that's just a marking point. And then when you're done with your sock and you come through and you're like, oh, where do I start the next sock? The yellow shows up again inside the ball. So you know where to start, so you can get literally the perfect match.
Yep.
And you can still do these 2 at a time. Okay, so I don't know if everybody knows, but when you do 2 at a time socks, you generally use a long cord like this, like a 40-inch, and it's magic loop. And so what you do is you have both your socks hanging out.
Right.
Which we'll show. We'll show that next time.
Right.
We have sock here, sock here. The only reason I don't have that right now is because I cast off. But I did do these toes and the cuffs 2 at a time with magic loop technique in size 0 with black, which I don't recommend. Oh,
you're brave.
I couldn't even see half the time. I was like, where is it? So you'd have a sock hanging here and a sock hanging out over here. She had a longer cord. And then you have a ball here and a ball here. The ball is to this sock, one ball is to this sock. You do not crisscross them, or you will be connected like an octopus or something.
Right. You separate the skeins.
So you can if you got any ball, actually, you can skein, and so you have a ball and a ball. So you can totally do these 2 at a time. You can do any socks 2 at a time, any yarn 2 at a time. If you don't have this matching thing, you can just take the labels and see, okay, 100 grams. Most sock yarn is 100 grams. 100 grams. And then put 50-gram ball, and you will have the same amount for each sock.
Right. So these are the Arnie and Carlos. These are going to be, these are 100% new wool, right? Yes. Virgin wool, and then 75 virgin wool, which is kind of like the woolly stuff.
It's a little more rustic.
A little bit more rustic, and then...
But it wears well.
And then 75 polymade.
And most sock yarn has nylon in it. For new sock knitters, one thing you want to look for is you want some nylon in there because it gives it strength and stretch. Also, something else that will give strength is mohair and or silk, like a silk mohair. But silk will also give strength. Yeah, you wouldn't think because
it's such a fancy fabric.
Right. Or I have not knit one with silk in it. No. I prefer nylon because nylon bounces back and silk stretches out. So I get that it's strong, but I don't quite understand. Do you know what I mean? Like that combo.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I do that.
Yeah.
I have like merino cashmere socks.
Right. But they usually have nylon in them too.
And they have nylon. So it's an MCN, so merino cashmere nylon.
So you get the woolly, you get some luxury, and you get your nylon. Right. And that's like the most common like luxury trio. Right.
I like these too because
you
can throw them in the dryer too. Like it says right here, Regia is stable, hard wearing, machine washable, and you can throw them in the dryer.
Well under $20 for a pair.
Yes. So that's really good. And highly recommend
And they're fun. They're fun. Their colors
fun.
are fun.
They're fun to wear.
Okay. Oh, and I wanted to say, this is another sock blocker.
Oh, yes.
Which
pull it all the way.
I like this one better than the blue
air.
one.
Yeah, and it's got a hook
more airy.
so you can hang it.
Yeah. And while the wood ones are beautiful, I think they're really cute for display. But would it get wet? Like with the wood, you're not supposed to get wood wet, but they probably polish it really well.
They polish it, yeah.
So people have those on Etsy, and they're beautiful.
They're beautiful. They are a showpiece, an art piece.
Right. Really. I would like a pair of those just to hang up around.
I like these. I got them here at the shop. So yeah, I like these. I don't have the wooden ones, and also you don't need to have a sock blocker if you're gonna knit socks. You don't need it.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
You can lay them flat.
You can lay them flat to dry. And I'm gonna be honest. I throw my socks in the dryer.
Right.
On delicate, but I still throw them in the dryer, and I haven't had any felting because I use superwash
for your socks. Wool. But not all is superwash. So just check your labels.
Check your labels. Make sure that
Sarah does no superwash.
Right. So
these need to be washed by hand. Need to be washed not in the dryer.
So the ones that I throw in the dryer, I know which ones, and I don't let my husband wash them. So,
right.
So that is.
Show me your sock thing.
Oh yes, my favorite thing that I.
And show me how you use it.
Is my sock ruler. Now I got this, I don't know where I got it, it's probably online. So what this is it's called a sock ruler. I think I got this on Webs. But anyway, so let me get my sock out here so you can see. So what you do is as you are knitting the sock, maybe this is better. As you're knitting the sock, you need to knit it to a certain point for your size or whoever you're making it for. So then you use the sock ruler.
I love that curved toe.
And you put it on here. This for toe up, you put it on here. And then you can figure out, okay, so this is how long I need to make it for. And then I can start on the heel and then go up. And then if you're doing cuff down, then you can turn it the other way if you want. And then do the cuff until you want to start on your heel. And this is actually really accurate to help you figure it out. And it's like one of my favorite things that I have for sock knitting.
She has a little, it comes with instructions how to use it.
Do it. And I lost this the other day and I was like, where is it?
You can go to sockruler.com.
Sockruler.com.
If your local shop doesn't carry it.
A lot of the shops have them.
We had them for a while. I got mine here.
Or you could get them online. I think like Jimmy Beans will have them. Webs has them. A lot of places have them, and they're like $15. So they're not expensive.
Could be around 20.
Yeah, 15 to 20. I also marked it on here for me. Like I marked it on here. Like I put
oh yeah, I see it.
So that and it's got centimeters and inches, and it's very, very handy. Yeah, so that's my favorite thing. It's a very
That's
good
one
tool.
of your favorite tools.
That's one of my favorite tools.
I'll show you mine.
Okay.
So I have that one too, and I love that one. But I also got this one. It's wooden.
That's very pretty,
isn't it? And it's called the Socksy, and it's from Burning Impressions. So I found her on Etsy, and I got it customized.
I know.
Somebody walked away with my Socksy.
Walked away with your stuff.
On accident. But this is cool. It's the same concept as that. This one is also cool because she has it labeled with his, hers, big kids, little kids, and babies. So she broke out some of the measuring for the family.
That's nice.
Which I like. And I'm not going to go through how to use it. She tells you how to use it on the website. Or she's on Etsy. So Burning Impressions on Etsy. But this is, I really love
That's beautiful.
It's made really well. Yeah, and for extra you can get it customized with your name or whatever you want on there.
Yeah, this is really pretty. Like, this is like one of those things where you're like, ooh,
Yeah.
I love it.
And I figured it'd help me make socks for my little guy.
Oh,
In
yeah.
the measure, that's why I liked it, because it was the family sizes.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's our favorite things right now.
That's our favorite things because we're both like sock. That's so weird because we weren't into sock things lately. We've both kind of been like, how about socks? And then all of a sudden, boom, we both do socks. It's
Get excited
sock
about socks
stuff.
again. Things come and go though.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
for me, like I'm totally into shawls and we're totally into. It just depends. I have found that I need to cast on when I'm excited about that particular project. That's when I need to do it and cast on, because then I change my mind. And I'm like, I still like that, but
yeah, I'm thinking that I need to cast on with this pretty soon here.
How could you not like that?
So, but I want to try and finish one sock.
This one?
Yeah, I want to try and finish this first. At least one sock, because I'm at the heel right now.
So socks are mobile.
Yes, that's another thing. I put them
in a little bag.
In a little bag.
Very cute.
This is another favorite thing I have. It's from Slip Stitch Studios. She's like my favorite bag maker because she does a lot of, and we've talked about her before, but this is the first time that we showed her bags. But I got Heather one of these bags for her one day.
Yay, for my birthday.
And it's totally on brand for us.
Yeah, right.
Because that's our little logo, because it's Supernatural related.
Thank you. I love my bag.
And you're keeping your most beautiful towel in it.
Yes, I am. It's got a nice little cinch.
And it's got a handle.
Yours is like a sock sack.
Yes.
Everybody calls them something different, but hers is a little smaller. Mine's bigger.
It's a little bit bigger, so you could put like a shawl in there, I think. Like a 2 skein project in
there.
Like a smaller shawl.
I have 2 in here now, and I'm doing a cowl, obviously. So yours is like a sock sack, which is nice.
Sock sack. And what's really cool is that it's got pockets on the inside.
Yes, mine has pockets too.
And she fully lines everything.
They're sewn really well.
They're sewn really well. And I just lost a bunch of stuff that was hanging at the bottom.
Did you tell them about this before?
Oh, yeah.
You did, right?
And
This is a cute one. This is from her, too.
This is from
Black
her,
Magic? Okay, I love this one.
It's a socks, or a yarn sock. So it is sock related. And I have talked about those before, and they really are my favorite thing. I always put my skeins of yarn on here. And
it really helps from getting tangled, because if there's a yarn that can be tangled, I will tangle it. Like badly.
I don't know how many midnights that people sit there and untangle Heather's yarn.
I'm not going to touch your face, but let's talk about that. It's private.
We do it out of love.
I have good friends.
We do it out of love.
Help me untangle myself.
But yeah. Okay, so we wanted to talk about a little bit about what we're wearing. And number one is, this is the Brioche bandana by Lavanya Petrosella. I'm not sure if I've talked about this before. But
you talked about her other one, the purple one
the one
with the
that
cabling on it.
The other one that I made by her.
It's really pretty.
Brioche, and this was done, I don't remember.
I know it's
Wool Folk.
Years.
Yeah, I've worn this for years and years and years.
It's very soft.
And it feels like it's cashmere, but it's not. And it's Wool Folk. I will put it down, like all the information about it. But I wear it all the time, like constantly, because it's just really nice to keep your neck warm and stuff like that.
So is your sweater.
Okay, and this is the Sunset Highway sweater by Caitlin Hunter. I love it. I don't know the yarn off the top of my head. I know this is Hedgehog.
The body of it?
The body,
oh, no, this right here. I can say that piece is definitely.
Is Hedgehog.
Yeah.
This is, I don't remember.
This fit on you is just perfect.
I don't remember anymore all the names, because I knit this like 2 years ago, I think, and I know that this is.
We're not going to worry about that.
Malabrigo, but I'll put it all the information about it. But it's purple, so it's my little color, and I don't know if you can see. It's got a longer hem
in the back. Okay, yeah.
And then it's just kind of boxy and long sleeve, and it's comfortable to wear, and
perfect
I like
fit.
it.
I have that one in my queue.
Yeah, you should knit it. It's fun.
I should. So I'm wearing the Sadalna by Caitlin Hunter. And this is knit with a combination of yarn. So there was definitely this in there, which is the Queensland Kathmandu. And this is really good yarn brand that is economical as well, but super good quality. And this has cashmere in it.
Ooh.
So 85% wool, 10% silk, and 5% cashmere. And you can definitely feel the cashmere in it. So, and it also has rowan in it. So it has definitely these two colors. And this is
DK
Moordale.
wool.
Yeah, DK wool. Moordale by Rowan. And this is British wool and British alpaca. And this yarn is beautiful as well. This one's very soft. And this is a little more expensive, I think, or they're pretty comparable in price. In general, Queensland is more economical.
They're very soft.
Yes. And my friend Lucia made this for me. Can you believe that?
I know. She's such a nice person.
Oh my gosh. She's so sweet. So she came in the shop and she's like, I'm going to knit this Adaltna and I need help picking out colors. And I was like, okay. So we go around the store, and that's one of my things that I love to do for customers, is to help them match their color to their pattern, to everything.
And you're really good at it.
Thank you.
I know, like at Stitches, like everybody was like, Heather, come help me. Like all our friends are like, Heather, I need Heather's opinion.
I call it a color, or we call it a color consultation.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of those, and they're super fun.
Yes.
And so Lucia and I have like similar coloring. We're both partly Italian. We have dark hair. We have fairish skin. And so we're picking out colors that would look good on her. And she wanted something bright. And this is what we came up with. And then she brings it in to knit night. And I was like, what? And she knit it for me. I can't even believe that. Like, oh my gosh, if I think about it too much, like, it's just too much. Yeah, and
it's so sweet. It's so nice when somebody makes you something that you know takes a lot of love and time. And yeah.
I've never had anybody make me anything like really knit me anything at all. Like, I think people think because they're knitters, they don't want a knitted gift, but that's not true for me.
Right. I would love to have a knitted gift.
Right? You're never getting anything.
Don't you dare knit me anything. You have a lot of stuff that you're doing.
But yes, and she was going through chemo when she made this sweater for me. And I can't believe like her sweetness.
Thoughtful and
anyway, I just love
Lucia. Lucia is just in general a nice,
we love you,
beautiful.
Lucia.
We love you, Lucia.
We're gonna get all mushy, but
I know.
Seriously, like every time I just see this or put this on and think of it, and it's been in the shop as a sample, and people are just like, oh, they'll see it. And did you make this? No.
It's beautiful. I love it. You want to stand up and show like the bottom part a little bit?
Bottom part there.
Yep. It fits you great. You know?
She did great.
I love it as a topper too.
Yeah, it's a cropped top.
It's cropped, but it's still
super warm.
Nice to wear.
Anyways, thank you for that.
And I touched my face again.
That's okay.
So I think that's gonna be a wrap.
Thanks for joining us, you guys.
Everybody stay safe. Take care of each other.
Stay healthy.
Stay healthy.
Keep knitting.
Keep knitting through the times and
through the rough times.
We'll
get through it, and you know.
I like to say that knitters have been preparing for this forever.
Have they?
Yeah, because you get to stay home and knit. Now you have.
You can have some cozy time. Hopefully, I mean, not everybody gets to stay home. Like,
yes, that's
our
true.
Nurses and doctors and everything working so hard.
Okay. Be good, and we will see you at our next one.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.